We're here with the Utah Lions, part of the Aviva Academy. The trip has been wonderful. First, we arrived here in Dublin and spent a few days here. We're able to see the Black Rock College, We're able to see a little bit of their facilities and see the test fields and practice fields, something that we don't have back at home. So that was a great experience for the boys to see how impressive rugby is here in this nation.
We get fairly insular in the United States, and so even though we may travel around to different states, we're not seeing a higher level of rugby. We're seeing more of the same. So what we do is we like to take them out, take them to other countries, and give them an opportunity not only to have the cultural experience, but to play against teams that play an entirely different style of the game.
I think the best part about this trip is the opportunity the boys have had to see the history of rugby and to see the brotherhood and the joy and the honor they have to play this back in the States. And I just hope as a parent that my son can bring back that feeling and that camaraderie to his club when we go back to Utah.
The culture is amazing. Everyone here is so friendly and polite, and our boys keep saying that everywhere we go. They're so friendly here, and I don't disagree. We could do more of that in the States.
Seems like more teams are beginning to tour in Ireland, or certainly we've had more teams visiting from all across the globe. So just in the last couple of years alone, obviously the United States today, there's been Canada, South Africa, Argentina, we get teams even from New Zealand, Australia, pretty much every corner of the globe. It's really exciting for the players to play somebody that they're not usually playing. Obviously Ireland being a small country, you can play anybody within 2 or 3 hours, and you've probably played everybody by the time you're 15. So it's a great experience for our lads, and also it leaves open the idea of reciprocating that at some stage in the future and us visiting teams wherever that may be.
Playing in the rain and the mud, they will never forget that. We never play in conditions like that ever at home. About taking little things they learned on the field, playing against these other teams, and how to bring it back in. You can't ask for better than that.
Six Nations was wonderful. Huge cultural experience for all of the boys. And any rugby fan would have traded spaces with me, in a heartbeat.
Being coached by AJ McGinty was fantastic. I think part of it is they see two things. Number one, here's a lad who didn't have a direct path to where he's at today, right? And to be coached by him, to hear his story gives them hope that I can do this too, right? I've seen this is not unachievable. This is not an unbelievable story. This is just a guy like me who put in the work and the time to get to where he's at. And of course, practicing out over at the AJ Bell Stadium over with the Sale Sharks was fantastic.
Oh, what a dream. I don't think it sunk in until after the questions and the time that they spent with AJ. But AJ's brilliant. Just the background story of him, coming to the U.S. and becoming a U.S. Eagle, and the conflicts, maybe culturally and personally, playing for the States in Ireland. What a story, wonderful story.
Meeting with teams after a match and having that time to sit and chat with someone who was your opponent 30 minutes prior, I think that's one of the things that still sets rugby apart from other sport, to where they're not your enemy, they were an opponent, and now they're your friends, right?
The Sale Shark training was wonderful, second to none. Being able to be there with AJ McGinty was great exposure for the boys, and also touring their facilities, seeing the pro side club and what they actually do on a regular training session. Not one thing in particular, just the whole trip has been wonderful. I think being here at the perfect time to witness a Six Nations test between Ireland and Italy was wonderful. The respect that was between the Ireland fans and the Italy fans, during both national anthems was something that, back home we're not experiencing that utmost respect. So for fans, it was wonderful. Second to none. Something that I don't think money can buy. And I think that's what you get with the DBS tours, is an experience that you get the player experience, if you will. Boys are able to come here and experience something that, a pro side would do on a day-to-day basis, something that not all clubs have access to back in the States. 2 thumbs up, give them a follow on all their social platforms, and by all means, if you ever get the opportunity to take a DBS tour, don't second guess it, do it.